One of the topics that comes up frequently on my channel, even though it's not really related to any of my videos, is the subject of NASA. Now, I basically avoid talking about NASA and try to focus just on observations I have made myself and that anyone can make for themselves. But people want to keep talking about NASA, that's fine. Let's take a look at the International Space Station, because that seems to be a point of contention with flat earthers who believe it's not actually real. Now, this is an image of the International Space Station that NASA has shown us, and we can really only take their word for it as to what it looks like. However, we do have tools at our disposal, just cameras like the P900, and I've also got my B700 there, which is like the small brother to the P900. It still has 60 times optical zoom, and in some ways it's better because it also has 4K video, but those are both on separate tracking mounts, and I'm certainly going to be attempting in the next few weeks to capture the ISS doing either a solar or a lunar transit. Now, what really motivated me to do this is one of the videos made by the guys at SmarterEveryDay during the recent eclipse, and I was in Casper, Wyoming for that eclipse. I really enjoyed the experience, but these guys also managed to capture the ISS transiting across the sun. Now, being interested in it, I've just been doing a bit of research, and I've found some excellent videos where people just using a P900 have also managed to obtain excellent transits of the International Space Station. And I'll just show you one of the videos. It's produced by Michaelson. Now, John is a regular contributor on my channel. He's a highly valued contributor, and I always appreciate his comments. But he's just posted this video showing an absolutely crystal clear transit of the ISS in front of the sun. And he's done that with a P900. When you watch the video, you can go through it in detail, and you can in fact see that what he has captured with his own camera looks basically exactly the same as what NASA is showing us. Now, another channel is Vertigo, and he has a couple of videos. He's showing the behind the scenes of how he made the video, and also an excellent video demonstrating the ISS moving across the sun. Now, anyone with a P900 should be able to achieve this, but how do we know when the ISS is going to cross the sun or the moon? We go to a site called ISS Transit Finder. That's the URL. And what we can do is put in our current location and then ask it to calculate for any predicted passes. Now, I've actually selected my location here in Perth and the dates, and we're now going to calculate for any predicted passes. And what it's showing me there is that on Friday, this coming Friday, there's going to be a lunar transit, and it gives us the time and it gives us the predicted path. Now, the other thing you can do is show all on a map. The red lines are the solar transits, the blue lines are the lunar transits. So it's quite easy to find when the ISS will be passing in front of one of these celestial objects, so that you can set up and hopefully capture the passing yourself. And the beauty of the ISS is that it occurs regularly. When we're talking about the equinox, which is coming up in a few weeks, that only happens every 6 months. For a solar eclipse, a total solar eclipse, that happens a lot less frequently for the average person. So the ISS transit is an excellent way of determining for ourselves, with relatively simple equipment, whether the space station is actually up there. And that's something I plan to do. What I recommend is take a look at the videos from these guys, Vertigo, Michaelson, and SmarterEveryDay. They're excellent videos showing that there really is something up there, something that looks exactly like the images of the ISS that NASA are showing us, and these are obtained by everyday people just using cameras like the P900. And I've posted links at the bottom of this video to these sites so you can check them out yourself. Please like and subscribe the videos. These guys have all done excellent work. So as we know, quite a few flat earthers own the P900, and my question to them is, why not use it to obtain an ISS transit yourself? If you're doing it of the sun, you will need a solar filter, but it's not necessary if you're looking for a transit of the moon. Now, you don't need a fancy tracking mount. You can use a standard camera tripod, and why not make the effort to see if there is actually something up there in the sky that looks like the pictures of the ISS that NASA have shown us. I will certainly be doing it at the first opportunity, weather permitting, and if I miss it this week, I'll be trying again at the next transit. So I'll just finish with a little plug for this tripod mounting ring, the Canon one. It's the BW model. It fits the P900 perfectly. It balances exactly on the center of gravity when the lens is extended, which means the mount is working easily. It's not straining under the load, and the camera is being held more securely than I was ever able to secure it using the original mounting hole. So yeah, it's definitely a recommended accessory if you own a P900.